So still within the papers.
Okay, so yes, a high court sitting in Lafia, the Nasarawa State capital, on Thursday, sentenced a gospel singer, Mr. Ajayi, to death by hanging for killing his girlfriend Salome Adaidu. You know, we've all been following this story of what happened, and I like the fact that the justice system has served quickly, very fast. The 24-year-old, who was a 7 Corps member, was said to have been murdered by the 31-year-old convict when she visited him at his residence somewhere in Karu Local Government Area in Nasarawa State. Delivering his judgment, the presiding judge, Justice Simon Aboki, said the prosecuting counsel proved their case beyond every reasonable doubt that the convict killed the victim at his residence. Yes. The judgment posited that the defendant's claim that he became unconscious after having a good time with his girlfriend and was unconscious when he wrote his confessional statement did not hold water. So he's going down. He's going down.
They should make they should hang this man quickly and let us move on.
Why are they even saying gospel singer, Seth?
Well, he was a gospel singer.
Because he sang one gospel song.
Well, I just hope that they execute the verdict quickly, because the truth is that this thing, when it stalls, the families still don't feel like they've gotten closure. So it's important for them to just let the execution take place. Any other story in Punch?
Yes, Ondo chief nabbed for suspected kidnapping, sexual assault. So the story here is that the Ondo State Police Command on Thursday said it has arrested a man, Chief Adeniyi Ifedayo, for allegedly raping a 12-year-old girl in Langba community in Ondo State. Ifedayo, who was the traditional ruler of the community, was said to have lured the girl into his house in the community, and he harbored her in the house for 2 weeks, where he continuously allegedly harassed her sexually. A source that does not want to be named gave more information and said that the victim, the 12-year-old victim, was lured to the house by a commercial bike, a motorcycle rider that took her to the traditional ruler's house, where he kept her in his house for 2 weeks and fed her only pap, that is ogi, all through the 2 weeks, while he kept on harassing her sexually on a daily basis for the whole 2 weeks straight. So the police, the police she's even a minor. The police public relation officer in the state, Mr. Olayinka Ayonlade, has confirmed the arrest of the suspect and said the matter had been transferred to the state police headquarters of the command.
Please, you see, they hang this Adamawa guy now, and they do a public hanging.
Yes.
People have seen it. It will deter a lot of people and stop all these.
We had it in the past now.
We kept her for 2 weeks. Giving her only
they shoot.
Giving her only
pap for 2 weeks.
He's a wicked human being.
One of those executive laws by a president, just to do these things quickly. Let me just take some week's story so that hopefully we can have some with this one. President Tinubu to commission Kabusa Keti Road today. The Honorable Minister of the FCT, Barrister Nyesom Wike, CON, and the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmood, on behalf of the residents of the FCT, welcome Mr. President, His Excellency, to the commissioning of the newly constructed Kabusa Keti Road in Abuja Municipal Area Council of FCT. Okay, moving on now to Daily Sun. You can't see it here. If you cannot see it, you hear. More drama over PDP secretariatship. New tax laws begin January. Reps probe police over abuse of office and sale of assets. Brain drain how 15-year pay freeze sparked instructors exodus at NCAT. Let's find a story inside. Man nabbed for strangling female friend to death. NDLA convicts 7 in Ebonyi. Police orders stop for arresting investors in River Park. And let's see, another story. I think that's it. Who has the story inside?
Okay, so the House of Representatives has resolved to probe the Nigerian police force over alleged violations of extant financial laws and regulations, illegal sale of national assets, and diversion of public funds. Consequently, the House mandated its Committee on Public Accounts to report back to it within 6 weeks for further legislative action. This followed the adoption of a motion by Ibe Okwara and Mark Essets calling for an urgent probe of the allegations of systematic abuse of office, corruption, and asset stripping in the Nigerian police force. Okwara, while leading debate on the bill, said there were allegations that the police had awarded 6 billion naira contracts after splitting it into 66 separate contracts in a deliberate attempt to circumvent the Public Procurement Act of 2007. He said there was also allegations of reported sale of critical national security assets, including Garki Police Barracks, Abuja, Falomo Police Barracks, Lagos, and Wampe Barracks, Kano, to private individuals without the requisite approvals from the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, Ministry of Police Affairs, and the Federal Executive Council. And this is in total regard of the PPP guidelines. So they are going to probe them. They're giving them six weeks to come back to them. Let's see how that goes. And I hope this will be made as a public notice so that we can know what's going on and know if actually there's something going on.
Okay, still?
Yeah. You want to go?
Okay. Here, Tinubu bus terminal will curb one chance is traffic issues. Well, our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has expressed belief that the modern bus terminal in Abuja will improve security and ease transportation challenges in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. He also said that there's no small measures that they are putting in place to make sure that they improve the fortune of our people through improved connectivity, reduced travel time, and economic growth. And he spoke this one at the inauguration of Kobo Bus and International Taxi Terminal in the FCT yesterday. He was duly represented by the Senate President, Godwill Akpabio, and he said that we should cooperate with the management to ensure smooth operation. And he stated that at the swearing of my government 2 years ago, I swore to uphold and defend the 1999 Constitution and its people with the security report on the several manners of one-chance robbery, kidnapping, and thuggery that characterize public transportation in Mabuchi. I directed the FCT Minister Wike to put in place measures to address that situation. Here and now, you will find an organized system where vehicles and drivers are properly identified and registered, significantly reducing the risks associated with the normal informal transportation.
Like so, man nabbed for strangling female friend to death. I think what they should put is man suspected, man nabbed for strangling female. Okay, so it should be under suspicion, according to what I wrote here. I read here, the Abia State Police Command has arrested a man in his late 20s for allegedly strangulating his girlfriend to death. So from what I read, they said the man saw her at along Omuma Road, over the rail, and the man saw her and was questioning her activity around that area. They said this particular late woman has 2 children for him. So they had heated argument and they found her body the next day lying on the street. So the police have nabbed the man and alleged that he is the murderer, and the case is on. And then when they rushed her to Aba General Hospital, they saw that she was already dead on arrival. So, but the good thing is the Abia State Police Command said they are going to investigate and also bring justice.
Okay, moving on now to Vanguard. Drug abuse worsening, insecurity, says Tinubu and Marwa. 210 trillion naira. Senate gives NNPCL fresh 10-day ultimatum, rejects the 2-month plea. Let's find out the stories. Drug abuse worsening, insecurity. Niger killings, order security agencies to buckle up, Senate tells Tinubu. Trying to find out the stories here. I'm not sure I have. There's Ondo village head arrested for alleged rape of a minor, and killer of Salome Adaidu sentenced to death by hanging. Okay,
so President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday said that drug abuse was worsening insecurity in the country, warning against its devastating impact on public health and development. So the president yesterday spoke as chairman of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) Brig General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, stated that the percentage of terrorism, kidnapping, and other violent acts in the country were linked to drug abuse. President Tinubu, who raised the alarm during the World Drug Day 2025 with the theme, "The evidence is clear. Investment in prevention is both timely and urgent," at the Presidential Villa Abuja, described the drug epidemic as one of the most urgent challenges of the era, stressing that no country was immune to its far-reaching consequences. He sought coordination of both national and global action against the crisis, because This is getting out of hand. Anywhere you turn to, Lekki, anywhere, people are asking, they're rushing to your car and everything to ask you to buy drugs. And it's just easily accessible now to the teens, the teenagers. It's something else.
Yes.
So I think, yes, something should be done about it.
Okay, the Nigerian Tribune, INEC fixes August 16th for by-elections in 12 states. SAN slams, slams federal government's decision to send Osun local government allocation to APC Secretariat. New tax regime begins January 2026 as Tinubu signs 4 tax bills into law. Makinde renames the Polytechnic Ibadan after Olunloyo. Let's see, find a story inside. Since our ministers are taking over the front page. Peter Obi not helping Igbo people, says a group cries out. Your pronouncement violates our constitution, PDP BOT tells the Magum. And I don't know what that story we're taking.
I have this.
You have a story.
Federal government establishes 270 vocational training centers nationwide. At least, let's even clap small. The Deputy Executive Secretary, Technical Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, Mr. Razak Akinyemi, has disclosed that the federal government on Thursday disclosed that it has established 270 vocational training centers across the country. That's every part of Nigeria, as part of its intervention program aimed at promoting entrepreneurship and skill acquisition in Nigeria. You know, in Nigeria, we always say, I want to be doctor, I want to be nurse. Nobody wants to say, I'm a plumber, I want to be a mechanic. So, and these skills are the ones that even pay more when you go abroad. So, in a bid to actually decentralize the white-collar job, the federal government wants to promote skill acquisition in Nigeria. And they've done this around Nigeria. There's a National Institute for Technical and Vocational Education, Cargo in Kebbi State, and 2 Federal College of Entrepreneurship and Skill Acquisition, Bonza. In fact, when you go to inside of the paper, you will see this across. It's
we actually have very skilled workers because Lagos here, we have, I think, 5 technical schools or something. They for years, they've actually been functional. Just that they don't get paid commensurate with the work they do. So we need to, hopefully the system can change to make them.
I think they should start from primary school level. China,
well,
they
Lagos
do
State
that
has
now.
started this now. They try to introduce it from once you enter GSS. They're not given the choice to go to learn skills. You still do your academics, but you now have a choice to choose academics focus or skills focus. But I think they stopped it though, because when somebody has an idea, next person throws it out.
Yeah, true.
That's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we move on to the next segment of our show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.